Hi Mahesh.
Hi.
So now, as I discussed about the field level. So here I'm giving you a very small example for the field level is here you can see these name, status, and the email. Like here we have one text box. These are the fields with, like, we have the different two list. From there we can move from one to another. This is the complete one field. So on top of that, this is the status. So this is denoting to the field level. So the field level is very useful when you have one widget and you want to be attached that value with the field level. So in the code we can see here I have the field level. So this field level is status is initiating with the this particular field. So we created the field is due list field. We created one list field, and on this list field we are specifying that status of the label. So field label is more useful on the that scenario. So that there we need to use it. So before that, this is I added this one. See, we already discussed about the box layout container. So box layout container is more similar to the other widgets. There have we need to specify the specific size, which have the kind of box which contains all the similar widgets. Like for this, I don't think so I have any example. We'll go with the documents. If there have anything, then I can show you. So for all, I don't have the example, so I need to create my own. Then I can only show you. So here I have the button bar. For button bar, as I already show you the example. Button grouping. How? Now the thing is the card layout container. So it's almost similar to the card layout. We have like the deck of card. We have the number of deck of card. At a time only one card can be able to display. Rest of them are one after another one. So what time which card will be enabled and disabled, on the basis of that we can look at into that. So here in the demo I'll show you how is it looking, the card layout, and how is it works. Why I'm using this one, because it's more helpful to see where we need to use the specific layout. Okay, so here it's displaying. I'll show you the code also. First I'll show you the code. Okay, better to move the functionality, then we'll look at to this. So this is by default is the card 1. Currently is it the card 1, so there is no operation performed. Once I'll click on the card 2, it comes to the second card. Now the card is changed with the 2. It comes on the third, fourth, and again I'll click on this again. Randomly you can select anyone and you can reach to the specific card. So that card comes up and display at the top position. How is it performing is, again we created one panel, and we are going to be create the card layout container, this layout, and this layout is applied into the this content panel. So this layout dot add active widgets. By default we are setting the first one is the active, but at the end panel, this is the panel of the panel container dot add layout. So add it. Here we are going to be adding this the card layout container, and we are adding all the cards into this content panel, and we are by default we are displaying activate widgets. And on the event, once we user click on the event, we are setting the value of that event. So later, if suppose I want to change with that some different one, we can change with that. Okay. So this how it works, the card layout. So this is the small example. Otherwise, where is it more useful is Like we have like next, previous, and finally submit. I have the one window which have the first page, then we need to click on the next result. So on that place it is very good. Okay, first we'll go to the card 1, card 2, card 3, card 4, and after finally we'll submit it if all the things are performed very well. So then it is very useful. So this is clarity in this. It's more similar to that simple card layout which is in the swing and GWT. In I think so in the Smart GWT also we have this kind of layouts.
No, not like this.
Okay. Some minor differences because only on the basis of that they are creating the new things. So we have the clarity on the card layout container. We already look at into the center layout container. Now we are going further with the new is CSS flow layout container. So I don't have much idea about this one. So, but we will look at into that. It's more about the because it's not be the part of the 2.2.5, but again we are going to look how is it going to be performed. It's another layout on the as I don't have much idea about this one, so I'm not going through with this. Okay. But we'll look at into the dialogues. These are very important because in day to day we are using these dialogues. So one is these dialogues we just create one another class which is extend with the dialogue in using the existing property and customizing our own. So here you can see the two dialog boxes and both are customizing as per our requirement. I think that is not working. So here you can see we have the two kind of dialogues. The first one is the dialogue which contains yes and no information for the confirmation wise, and other one is the simple dialogue where have some values we can put some values. So in that may case also we can use it. So we just need to look at the code. Definitely, what we need to create the instance of the dialogue. Otherwise, when we are creating our own custom dialog, better to extend from the dialog class, use the existing one. So here you can see the two different dialogs. One is the simple one and another one is the complex one. Here we are if we are going to be extending, then directly we can set these properties for this. The first one is the heading text. These are the properties which is more the name itself is more meaningful. And finally on the click we are showing that dialog box. So here is the on the click of the button is simple, then simple dot show, and if is it the complex, then we are showing the complex the on the click on the button. So if we have the different two classes, we are going to be displaying the two different dialogues. Is it clear? So as I already discussed about the field level, for we have the different fields like two different list fields. So on top of that, the status is the list field, which is denoting to the field. Okay, what is that one? Field set is more expend and collapse. So
That is set of fields.
field set. This the menu is working. Yeah. So this is the very good example of the field sets. So in the field set, we can collapse, expand and collapse. Now I'm going to be expanding. So all the field, how we need to do is, we created the instance of the field set. And where is that? Okay. Yeah. So here we created the instance of the field set. This is the user information, and is a we need to forcefully specify is it collapsible or not. If we pass the false, the user cannot be collapse that one. So and we are enabling that functionality, and internally that we have the form panel. The form panel we'll discuss later. Form panel is more similar that they have the the labels and the text box are be arranged in the manner of forms. So internally form, and for this form panel you can see there we are adding the components. All the components are arranged in a kind of form in the form manner, like all this. First name, field, and all are attached in this manner. Now have the clarity in this. So flow layout container. All the controls are going to be displayed one after another. In the form.
Where also it is like that.
Flow layout where we are everything we are going to be customizing. Even here, if you look at we are going to look at this demo. So in the code wise. So here this LC is directly going to be adding name, like name is the text box. So and this is the field label. So we are not applying any other layouts and any other information. Even for this in 2.2.5, if we are not going to define any layout, by default it takes the flow layout.
Just a normal layout.
Yes, the default layout, and like even you remember in the swing also we have some that default layout. The card layout is the default layout for the some window, and for some of them have the flow layout is the default one. Like text box buttons comes in one after another in the horizontal manner. The same is over here is the flow is the default layout. Yeah, the old one. I need to look at for the GXT 3.0, but it's more the functionality is one after another control is going to be added in the manner. So here the field label and all controls are added one after another. So here you can see these all are added in one after another one. So all values we have this is the binding one. Form panel, as I told you, this is useful when we are filling any form information. We need some inputs from the user, and finally ultimately we need to save those information. So we'll look at this demo, and with this demo also I'll just so here the form panel that we have the HTML forms. It's more similar to the HTML simple from there when user click on submit, and that information goes to the server and updated those values. So here also they implemented this one because some of the time we need to upload some information. So this is also with a just normal form. Form panel is arranging the controls in a manner of form, and even in that one we can split that form value with the field and value. Even we need the multiple controls we can put into that, but that ultimately even with the form.submit, we are clicking on the form.submit, it works more similar like the HTML form, HTML submit button. So that information goes to the server. So in this the example is not the submit, there have the button is submit, but that functionality was not there. But whenever we are going to be implementing that one, so that time what we can do is with on the submit we can, because we have the one widget is browse and upload one. So on the submit also be that the browsed and uploaded file will be uploaded to the server. So that time internally we can use the file path and upload that file to the server. So that time it provides the communication between the server and client. In at server we need to handle that one through the through we can use any mechanism to upload those information to the server. So that's why they added this home. This is the framed panel, and whenever we are going in the example it looks more good. Whenever we are going to be selecting, so that time it is the values is going to be updating and we can change those values. So this is also the how. This is the framed. Here we can change this value. So these are the are bind with the each other. So it's linked with each others. Once we are going to be updating, that will be can be reflected there. So there have the simple box layout. Here I have the horizontal box layout container and vertical box layout container. So by default is the horizontal layout container which have the horizontally we are adding the component. Here are the tables, but we can use the normal buttons, text boxes, checkbox, and the rest of them we can add it there. H box layout also is there, and there I have the vertical layout, the HTML layout. Otherwise we have the V layout, like V box layout container and vertical layout containers. So in the vertical we have
the difference between that box layout?
Customizations. So more clarity in top of the hierarchy. So these are the part of box layout container, and the vertical and layout is the directly part of the insert resizable container. The first difference is these are the part of the box layout, but here these are the part of the direct resizable component. So this is directly supporting to the from the GWT. But once when we are using this one, it's be the part of the box. In the box itself you are applying this one. So this is directly work with the container, and this one will work with the box inside the box. Now we'll see the example, then you get the more clarity. So in this box, so in this section only we are going to be applying this horizontal layout. So H box layout is denoting horizontal layout inside this box part. But in the horizontal layout container is this complete container itself is goes into the horizontal part. Like this table wants the part of this and this and this. So three in distributed into the three different horizontal ones. If we added button here to first button, second button, third button into this container, with the same is with the vertical layout also. Clear? Apart from that, there are so many other layouts which some of them are newly added in this one. And, I don't have much idea about that one. Okay. So again, whenever we need to look at more in depth of the some of the more widgets, so then we'll get more clarity in this. Because again it will work comes when we are using day to day, we are started using for those. Till that we will not get the more clarity in this, because I used it day to day. I was using those widgets day to day, so I have the clarity in this. But again, day to day there are some new addition, new changes. So again we need to look at that. So this is from my side. Even this is more enough to work on the GXT 3.0 layouts. Again, if in the complication cases, we'll look at some more new widgets because those are newly added, and we feel even you are feel free to ask me any question regarding this. Any doubts, Pratish, Mahesh? Okay. So even whenever if you face any layout related issue, just ask to me if you are not able to. I think so now you have a very clear picture how we are using the layouts. So even still if you feel or need more clarity in this, so just you can ping me anytime and I'll clear your doubts. Clear now? So for this, I'm going to wind up this presentation, and very soon we'll meet for the another presentation, another discussion you can say about the new next topics. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, Natish.
Thank you.